No animals were harmed during the production of this program. People, on the other hand, were.
Welcome again to The Awful Truth. Now, I read this week in the paper that we Americans work an average of 300 hours more each year than the average European worker. And in fact, German workers get at least 6 weeks paid vacation every year compared to, like, maybe we might get 10 days if we're lucky. I decided, why don't we honor these Germans for being so damn smart? So tonight here in Times Square, we've got a bunch of Germans here on vacation. So they're gonna continue vacationing right under the noses of hard-working Americans on our show tonight, and maybe we'll convince a couple of Americans to take a few minutes off and join in on this European fun. How many weeks a year does the average German get for vacation?
6, 7 minimum.
6, 7 weeks?
Yeah, sure. 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
At least 6.
At least 6? What kind of job do you have? You must be like an executive. You must be an executive of a company.
No, I'm just a small waitress.
Come on. You're a waitress? You're a waitress?
I'm in charge of some people, but that's all. I'm a waitress.
You're a waitress who's in charge of other waitresses?
Yes.
And you get 6 weeks of paid vacation every year?
I'm a good one.
What the f are we doing here? You have Holiday Inns in Germany?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, you ever work at one?
No, I didn't.
You don't want to work at one here with that accent. Watch this.
I'm giving a going away party for some friends of mine. Unfortunately, it's not really a happy occasion. You see, my friends don't want to go.
Pues no hay trabajo casi. O sea, a donde yo estaba casi no hay trabajo, solo en el campo. Y a veces se dan las cosas y a veces no se dan.
Unemployed and destitute in Mexico, these 8 women and men crossed the border into the United States a few years ago. They came to America, a nation of immigrants, land of opportunity, the bright, shining promise of the world, and got jobs scrubbing toilets at this Holiday Inn in Minneapolis. But the manager didn't pay them what he promised, and they didn't get any of the benefits the American workers got.
It was especially the Mexican workers in the hotel that didn't get the breaks, that had to do more rooms, had to do them quicker.
And always under the fear of, well, we can't say anything because we'll get deported.
Right.
All right. That is, I think, called slavery.
Yes.
Right.
And that's hotels, restaurants, lawn cutting places. All of those things are the new plantations.
So after months of work under difficult conditions, these 8 Mexican housekeepers risked deportation and did what virtually no other minimum wage worker has been able to do in America. They formed a union. Within weeks, the Holiday Inn retaliated.
Empezamos a trabajar al poco rato y ya habían puesto un papel que ese día iba a haber una junta para nosotras y solo era para latinas.
But there was no meeting. Instead, Kevin Koenig, the hotel's manager, had the workers arrested by the Immigration and Naturalization Service, the INS. These workers had gotten a raw deal. The least I could do was throw them a going-away party. In what better place than the Holiday Inn?
Let the fiesta begin!
What the Holiday Inn did to these housekeepers was illegal, and I wasn't the only one who thought so.
You're absolutely not allowed to retaliate for organizing a union. That's a right under the National Labor Relations Act, afforded to workers through the federal government. it is retaliation to call INS in order to defeat a union organizing campaign.
The law that we enforce says that all employees are protected against discrimination, and that includes unauthorized workers.
So no matter where you come from, if you're a human being and you work somewhere in America, you are protected by the same laws that you or I are protected by.
That's right.
Holiday Inn said they called the INS because they only wanted to obey the law. Well, so do I. I hired a health inspector and a building inspector from another town. My mission? Turn in the Holiday Inn. Okay, we're now on the third floor. We're in room 303. Jack, what have you noticed here in the room?
What I've noticed is they cut this pipe too short for this sprinkler head. That should be about another 2 inches down.
Another 2 inches lower.
Lower.
Because otherwise, if it's up high by the ceiling, the fire could just pass right through it and never detect it.
Right.
Is this a building code violation?
Oh, definitely.
It's supposed to be shut at all times
Shut
because it's
at
a
all
fire
times.
door. That's
Yes.
a violation?
Yes,
It's a
definitely a
violation.
violation.
We're on the 5th floor. We're going to head down to the 3rd floor. Oh, wait a minute. Is that supposed to be able to do that?
No, it's a code violation.
What is that stuff?
It's
It's seeds.
food, really.
What is it?
Probably popcorn.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, here's a
Oh, God, what is that?
blood. That's obviously a blood sample.
Whoa, whoa. What do you smell down there?
Smell cleanliness.
There's another spot.
Another blood spot.
Another blood spot here. So that's a violation.
That'd be a violation.
This inspection business, this is like a lot of hard work.
Not easy.
Yeah. Testing the chlorine right now.
Can I help you?
Pardon me?
I'm the manager here.
What's your name?
Kevin Keenan.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi.
Hey, you wanna
Hang on.
hold on
I'm
a
Michael
second
Moore.
here?
I'm Michael Moore. We're here doing some inspections.
You're with the city?
Wait a minute. I don't know if I'm talking to the right person or not. Who are you?
I work here.
Are you the manager?
Yes.
Oh, are you the guy that turned in the Mexican housekeepers?
What's that got to do with this?
Are you the guy?
No.
You're not the guy? You turned the Mexican housekeepers in, didn't you?
The INS is the one that instructed us what to do.
You called the INS, though, right?
Listen, I'm going to ask you to leave.
You know, let me ask you this.
I'm gonna ask you to leave.
When did you first find out that they were undocumented workers?
This has
Before or
nothing to do
after
with
they
this. I'm
formed the
gonna ask you
union?
to leave.
Before or after they formed the union?
Okay, I need to have you leave.
You turned in the Mexicans.
I'm gonna go
You know
home.
what? I'm going to have to turn you in, sir. You have a special discount rate for the INS, sir? Unlatched doors, holes in the wall, doors left open, fire doors, exhaust fans not working, sprinkler system not installed right, door to the kitchen propped open to the lobby. You know, I hope that justice will be served.
We investigate every complaint.
And investigate it and make them comply. And if they don't comply, there could be a possible fine.
That's correct.
And if they don't comply even further, possible jail.
That's correct.
You can't deport them, right?
No.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Safety pole too short.
It's a violation.
Thank you very much, sir.
We'll
Appreciate
get someone
it.
out there tomorrow.
Thank you.
It was not closed.
That's
Okay.
a violation, right?
That's correct.
That's wrong, right?
That's correct.
That's a violation.
That's correct.
This is the door to the laundry chute room. It was left propped open. Now, that's a violation, right?
correct. Okay, we'll get back to you on this.
Thank you, sir. Enforce the law.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Maybe the Holiday Inn Express would now get a taste of their own medicine. Meanwhile, the workers were only days away from being deported. I flew to Washington, D.C. to plead their case to the top officials at the INS.
You know, I would just like to ask, just as a citizen, you know, whatever the INS can do to, you know, not deport those people, because it just seemed like that's a good thing they tried to do. They tried to improve the living standards of the people who worked at the Holiday Inn.
I really can't comment on this case.
I'm just throwing my 2 cents at you. Your family must have been immigrants here at some point. I mean, where did they come from?
Well, actually, on both my parents' sides, my family goes back to the Mayflower.
Mayflower. They were the first illegals. I put the word out on the internet, and within days, the INS was besieged with hundreds of letters, emails, and calls from people demanding that my friends stay. Finally, it was time to travel to the belly of the beast. Bass Hotels and Resorts in Atlanta, Georgia, the company that owns Holiday Inn.
I'm just curious just what corporate headquarters here thinks about this, that if a group of people organize a union, that there's this sort of retaliation, that Holiday Inn becomes sort of a de facto agent of the INS.
I just don't think I can address that issue, so probably best if we stop now, I guess.
This guy talks kind of funny.
Can I see if you got your green card on you? Can I see your green card? Tom, are you here legally? You're from Britain, right?
Can you turn the camera off?
Are you here legally? Do you have a phone? Tom, I'm going to call the Immigration and Naturalization Service right now and tell them that you will not prove to me that you're here legally. Yes, is this the INS? There is a man here from, I believe, the United Kingdom. He will not show us his green card. Is there any way that you can send somebody over here right now? Tom, they're coming over. You'll send somebody over? He went up in the elevator bank that's marked floor 2 through 31. Do you feel good being part of a company that's booting people out of the country because they helped to organize a union?
Just go, please.
I was sure that the INS does not have one set of rules for limeys and another for brown people, and that they would be by shortly to check out this Brit's papers.
All right.
The workers were being deported in just a few days. I was running out of time. I went back to the INS and gave it one last shot.
I'm just making my special plea here on behalf of all the people who watch our show, the people who've written in on the internet, the people who've been writing Janet Reno about this. Please, do the right thing.
I know that you feel real emotionally attached to this, and I'm not discouraging that or discounting it all. But it may not turn out to be what you want.
I guess this was adios.
If we all lose here and you're deported, if you go back to Mexico, will you come back soon?
No sé por qué, pues ya con esto, y si regresamos y nos vuelven a encontrar otra vez la inmigración. A lo mejor no nos da trabajo ya.
Pleased to announce that we have reached a settlement agreement with the INS that will allow the Holiday Inn Express workers to remain in the United States lawfully.
How many weeks of paid vacation do you get?
I have about a week. I have to work 3 years to get 2 weeks.
They get 6 weeks right from the get-go. 23 years old, they get 6 weeks.
Doesn't seem fair.
Would you like to join them on vacation?
Sure.
Welcome back to The Awful Truth, and we've got our American worker here enjoying a little vacation time with our German vacationers. How's it going there, Karen?
This is great. I could spend 6 weeks or so doing this.
Yeah. You're thinking right now, when's the next flight on Lufthansa, right?
Italiano.
Oh, you're Italian. You get 8 weeks paid vacation in Italy?
8 settimane di vacanza pagati.
Sì,
okay.
What do you do for a living there?
I can answer that. He does, he's an artisanal anchovy maker. He makes anchovies.
Anchovies? You make anchovies and you get 2 months paid vacation?
Yes.
Fish,
exactly.
You hear that, Americans? German vacation night, huh?
Yeah.
You like BMW?
Yes.
Watch this.
During World War II, the German economy flourished as civilian industry churned out the hardware necessary to bomb the crap out of Europe. From airplane manufacturers to munitions factories, Germany saw almost full employment in the service of the Third Reich. One sector of the German economy that did especially well was the automotive industry, which saw the invention of the Volkswagen and the growth of companies such as Daimler-Benz and BMW. Of course, all this thrilling growth was possible because the Nazi regime gave the civilian companies millions of free workers in the form of slave laborers from concentration camps. Now, years later, some of these companies have paid money to the workers enslaved during World War II. But one company, BMW, hasn't paid out one thin Deutschmark to the nearly 12,000 slave laborers forced to work during the war.
Certain German industrial companies and the Nazi regime knowingly use Holocaust victims from concentration camps as slave laborers.
There is ample evidence to show that these people weren't just following orders other than their own corporate board's greed.
Last year, BMW grossed over $2 billion. How could a company that prides itself on an image of wealth and class let itself be known as a deadbeat? For BMW to welch on their debts was, well, regrettable. It was time to call in Sal Piro, the awful truth bill collector.
All you corporate executives out there, just remember one thing. If I'm looking for you, I'm gonna find you.
Nice cars these BMW makes. And at these prices, they must be making some nice profits, too.
Driving this car is truly an incredible experience. You like to have some room.
Boy, I bet you could fit a lot of things in there.
You can. You can't really put a value on fun.
Fun? I can think of a few people who didn't exactly think of BMW as fun. And it's a shame that you had to suffer.
Nobody knows what you went through.
No.
Daily, by SSN dogs, marching to the BMW.
In the factory, they stayed behind me with a stopwatch, and if you didn't produce enough, then you were sent to Bergen-Belsen and to be killed.
And no money could bring back the loss and the torture that Jewish people have been through. I realize that.
Nothing can compensate for that.
Nothing. There's no money in the world can compensate that. Well, I'll tell you, I'm going over to BMW, and I'm going to give some action over there. So I headed over to BMW, U.S. headquarters, to try and shake some answers out of the big boss. U.S. Chairman and CEO, Dr. Heinrich Heitmann. Look at all the windows. Wow. You know what BMW stands for? Break my windows.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Linda at reception. I have a Sal Puro down here.
Good afternoon.
Rosemary sent me down from Dr. Heitmann's office because he's not available today.
What's your title in the company?
I'm his driver.
Oh, you're his driver. A driver? Who are they going to send next? The cook, the butler? No. They sent me this guy, Mr. Public Relations Head. I'm here today, Jack, to get these people compensated for their money that's due them. Anything that's due them for the damages that they've been doing in the war. That's what I'm here for. And that BMW is going to do the right thing. And I'm sure you're going to do the right thing.
We really welcome the opportunity to speak with these survivors directly.
Well, it's just like your cars. If something goes wrong with the brakes in your car, and there's a brake defect, you just act on that right away. Am I right or wrong?
Certainly.
This is 50 years, and nobody's done nothing.
This is the first we're learning of this.
Is this your first time you're learning that they had slave labor during the war? Come on, I even know that.
All of German industry was forced to use labor.
The laborers were forced to work in these companies. That's what I'm trying to get across to you, Jack.
And industry was forced to use them.
Are you saying that BMW was a victim during the war?
There are no winners on this issue. Up until this point, this has been an issue that has been dealt with solely between survivors and the German government.
Jack, let's not pass the bucket. The governor and you people, you know what I mean? Let's compensate, let's get together, let's get the ball on the roll.
No victims of forced labor have come forth to BMW asking for any kind of compensation. No survivor has been in direct contact with BMW up until this point. No survivors of forced labor have ever come forward and made a claim against BMW. No survivors have been in contact with our company. None.
Here's the copy of the letter which I sent to BMW in November '92. I sent them a certified mail
and I was asking for compensation.
Now, this is getting confusing. BMW says they were never contacted. But Mr. Eisen here sent them a certified letter that they signed for in 1992. That's like 8 years ago. If there's one thing I hate more than a deadbeat, is a lying deadbeat. I figured it was time that BMW and Mr. Eisen met face to face. So I made another appointment with Jack Pitney and headed back to corporate headquarters.
We call Jack. We call him. Okay. Just hang on a couple minutes, Mr. Pitney will be here. That's it. We were invited back here. Is this Jack coming down? Do you represent the company? Does anybody represent the company here? Oh, you don't work for nobody. Everybody just walks around here, they're robots. Where's all the bosses? There's nobody? We don't operate the operation? I'm sure the operation is operating. I want to talk to Jack Pittman. I was invited here. I don't know.
I don't know whether you're invited or not.
Okay, tell me.
Nobody's gonna come and see you today, okay? They feel you're running
They feel you're running what?
unannounced.
I was working for BMW.
He worked for
I understand
BMW.
that. I understand that. I understand the issues.
I mean, the tortures
Okay.
that this man went through, and you mean to say you don't have anybody on this premises to represent him? So I have the letter here stating that they contacted him in 1992, and they never answered him back. Why? The man is right what he's saying. I mean, he's not looking for something he's not entitled to. And this is terrible. See what I mean? You were right. You were right. They will not show up.
They didn't change.
Yes, they didn't change.
The same policy.
The same policy where they were 50 years ago. BMW was still trying to sell an image of wealth and class. But that opera guy gave me an idea.
The BMW 7 Series. Now with our exclusive brake-resistant security glass.
Welcome back to The Awful Truth. As you can see, the Germans here are enjoying oiling themselves down now. How often do you do this?
Oh, very often.
This is Patty. She's an American worker.
Hi, pleased to meet you.
She looks like she could use a vacation, huh?
Well, I don't want to be impolite, but a vacation is always good for a person, right?
We don't take it as impolite, do we? We're tired and we're overworked.
Okay, then you need a vacation.
Okay, Patty, back to work.
Okay.
I'm sorry, sir. She's got to go back to her job at the record store. All right. Sorry about that. Thank you. All right. Minimum wage. It's a beautiful thing in America.
Deutschland! Deutschland!
Gut,